YouTube. This is the Fly Fishing Piper, and this is a VR to the Smoking Sailor, who had a question about how to keep his tobacco from drying out aboard ship. I made my first Westpac back in 1968, and had another one after that, but I started smoking my pipe on a regular basis on my first cruise. I was a flight deck troubleshooter. First of all, I was an aviation electrician's mate in an A6 squadron, and I was stationed on the USS America. And so I spent an awful lot of time on the flight deck. Whenever there were flight ops, that's where I could be found. And after the flight ops, I'd get together with anywhere from 4 or 5 up to as many as 10 or 12 guys that smoked pipes as well. Would get something to eat, go get cleaned up, grab our pipes and tobacco, and then find a spot to sit down and talk for a while. We all had kind of the same problem. How do you keep this stuff from drying out so quickly? My rack was the type that were the rack itself was over my locker, so the lockers were the length and width of the mattresses. Wasn't a heck of a lot of room in those things, but enough that you could buy some tins of tobacco and keep them in there. What I found to work out particularly well is I would buy a couple of tins of tobacco, and I would open them to make sure that they weren't too wet or too dry. And then when I was satisfied with the moisture content, I would seal them back up again. And I was an electrician mate, so I always had black electrical tape. And I would wrap that around the seal on the can and put it away. So I guess I was had tobacco in the cellar at that point, even though it was only 1 or 2 tins. But I'd put that away, and then I would smoke out of a tin, and as I smoked it down, I would open up one of the other tins and fill up some of it, and then seal up the other tin and put it back again. And that did a pretty good job of keeping it, of preserving the tobacco's moisture. I did see a video a while back, and I'm sorry, but I can't remember who made it, about a sailor who was aboard a I want to say it was a transport ship, but can't remember. But in any event, he had a problem with keeping his tobacco, and what he did was he bought these plastic storage containers that you can get in the supermarkets that have these clamps on the side. So there's 2 clamps on the engine, 2 clamps on the side. Put your tobacco in there, put the cover on, and then you seal it up by clamping the tops down. They're intended for vegetables or foodstuffs, and they keep them nice and protected. That seemed to work really well for him as well. And they come in a variety of shapes and sizes and heights and those kinds of things. So it might be something you can give a shot at, or you can go old school and just run some electrical tape around it like I did. But I think that those will work. Listening to your video took me back a long way. I guess I thank you for that. I really had a great time while I was in the Navy. Even during Vietnam, saw a lot of places, did a lot of things, collected a lot of stuff. And I think the comment you made about coming back and wanting to show those things that we picked up to other people, they don't get it, because they can go down to their local big box store, or to they can go on Amazon and they can get similar kinds of things, and they're delivered to their house, and there's no big deal. I found that I had the same problem you did with people not being too interested, but the reality was, as I got older, I realized that I bought those things, and those things had memories in them. So I could take a look. We spent a lot of time in the Philippines, Subic Bay, and you know, you'd go off base and they'd have these stupid wooden knives and forks. These were about 3 feet long, and they were monkey wood or something like that, and I guess they were designed to be hung up on the wall someplace, and everyone bought, you know, a couple of sets of those foolish things and sent them home. The pair that I bought and kept, they're the damnedest looking things, and they're not very attractive. But when I look at those, I can think about that import period and what I was doing at the time. And I remember a lot of my flight deck experiences and my shipmates. So I think that's kind of the value, because the stuff, in quotes, I guess, you can get any place. When we get them in port on a cruise or deployment, part of the value is the memories that go along with them. So in any case, I hope that the idea on keeping your tobacco fresh helps you a little bit. Fair weather. I hope you do well, shipmate, and look forward to your next video. And as a fly fisherman, I wish you tight lines, and keep smoking. Take care.